Welcome in Havlíčkově Brod. My name is Miroslav Konvalina, director of the American Center in Prague, and our guest today is Dr. Ed Lambeth, a former Washington correspondent and professor of journalism at the University of Missouri. He came to the Czech Republic at the invitation of the U.S. Embassy in Prague to give a few lectures mainly about the heavy pressures on journalism in these times and share his experience with students at the summer journalism school in Havlíčkově Brod. So welcome in Havlíčkově Brod.
It's great to be here. I've enjoyed my time here enormously. Meet the young students,
Welcome, and let me ask you first about your key lecture in Prague. The title was America's 3 Most Pressing Cultural Challenges. What do you have in mind?
Yes. Of course, we know that in the United States and around the world, people are worried about economic problems, and they're looking ahead for ideas and solutions as to how they can react to it. And I thought it might be appropriate in that regard, because we've all felt the pain of recession, is to talk about the kind of changes that we might make in journalism to be more effective in covering business and economic news and so forth, the kind of education that we can give journalists. The second thing was to think about readers and viewers of news in the future, to study the educational system, look at it, how can we improve it, so that we will have better consumers of the news and also people who watch the economy with more effectiveness.
Mm-hmm. You are going to give 2 lectures to students at the summer journalism school here in Havlíčkově Brod.
Yes.
What is the message you wish to bring to students here?
I think I want to bring a sense of optimism about the profession and practice of journalism for the future with the new technology of the internet, and also with a heightened civic ethic about journalism and its importance around the world. That it can be a good time. It can be an important time for people who seem to be called to practice journalism as a profession.
Mm-hmm. We are just celebrating the 20th anniversary of the fall of Iron Curtain. You are personally and your university significantly helped Czech journalism in many ways during these years. What do you think made the most important impact, your programs for Czech journalists at Columbia, the University of Missouri, or your visits here in Prague or in Havlíčkově Brod?
Yes, I think that the most important dimension of education for mid-career or young journalists is to have a lot of flexibility. You choose a person who wants to use a university experience to real advantage, and you pair them with a faculty member and other journalists that share that interest, and they develop a program that's relevant to what their ambitions are and to what's important to journalism. And so I think that worked very well, because once people understood the value of it, then they took more care in choosing and recommending the journalists to come to Missouri or in other programs. And also, as the journalists benefited from it, that word spread back to the profession. So the idea of a year abroad to study is very important. And as I mentioned to the students, there's a program that's been going on at Harvard since about 1938, the Nieman Fellowship, which has modeled the kind of mid-career learning that we also tried to bring off at and do still at the University of Missouri.
Thank you, Professor, and enjoy your time here in Havlíčkově Brod.
Yeah, thank you, I will. It's a beautiful town.
So it was Professor Ed Lambeth, Professor Emeritus, University of Missouri, Columbia, and here American Center from Prague, just now in Havlíčkově Brod at the Summer Journalism School.
Thank you.